Good evening, guys and girls. The big question, did we get it right? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Are we streaming? Because like all good things, stuff is technical, and like all good older people, I am absolutely awful with it. So it seems like the chat has already kicked off. I see something happen, which is a good thing. So yeah, right. This is pure madness. Trying to go live while using like extra software and stuff. But I kind of hope and I pray. Sound check. Yep. So, do we have picture, guys and girls? Do we have picture and do we have sound? That is my biggest fear of all week. I reckon we're good to go. Well, so let's do the most important thing. And let's get this Friday on the go, shall we? Let's do it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're now tuned in to Friday Live with the Grom.
Did that work? Did the intro fire up? Was it good? Did you love it? Does it feel like we are doing a proper like Friday night thing? That is the big question. So you're going to have to let me kind of get used to this because it feels really weird coming out. Just to check the chats, I have got a chat feed that I should disconnect and put into the OBS system. Picture and sound, nice. Yeah, awesome. And prompt cards, check me out. With the show on, I add. With the show on. But let's just say, good evening, guys and girls. What a week it has been. I have been absolutely well and truly stressed through most of the week. Ever since last weekend and the absolute train wreck, which was so much hype and so much love I had in setting up this OBS system. And yeah, to kind of make some very schoolboy-like errors last Friday. Sucked, but nevertheless, we struggled on through and we went back to the drawing board. We sorted out what we think we've sorted out this week. And there's still so much more to sort out in the coming weeks. The one thing I do want to talk about before we actually get like into the 11 o'clock news is the fact that this is my second week now of not being on social media. And one of the craziest things that I will say about not being on social media is the very few people that absolutely do post awesome content and awesome stories. And I must admit, I do miss that. However, the amount of spare time that I've managed to create through not scrolling through social media has been unreal. And I've basically turned all of that into mastering this lovely little system called OBS. What an amazing bit of software it is, and I won't bore everybody with the ins and the outs of what goes on behind the scenes and the things that we can do with this software. I hope to actually show you through the course of this evening's show. So as it goes, we've got a little bit of a schedule. 11 o'clock is going to be the news. Then we'll come back to a little bit of a show. There's going to be some more kind of wacky and random things that I want to include in the coming weeks. But it's still early doors and we are just figuring stuff out. Then it's going to be the official, unofficial sponsor, which I can't wait to welcome their special guest, shall we say. And then it will be a wrap up of the evening and just to get some of your guys' feedback of what's going on and if you enjoyed the show and was it good is usually the most important question that I want you guys to sort of go away with and hope that you want to come back the next week. I've already seen that the message board is just blowing up in the corner of my screen, and guys, girls, everybody that's here tuned in on Friday night, I appreciate the hell out of it. I hope you've got your coffee pots or your beers or your blunts or whatever it is that takes your fancy, because I hope you are tuned in, tuned out and chilled out. Get away from the madness that is the world and join me on a Friday evening. with the awesomeness that is Friday Night Live with the Grom. Or as I'd like to abbreviate it going forward, I might even call it FNL. But I just don't know if that will hit the same with the American audience as it will with the UK. But FNL is the way forward on a Friday night. That's what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, let's get into this. I'm kind of buzzing for the 11 o'clock news. So we've got 5 minutes to go. I am going to just get into the chat now and have a little look. And get this up on the screen. Can you see it on the screen? There's a big question. Look, it's absolutely amazing. All of you guys that are filling up the comments and on the vlogs or on the lives, and you're watching this live or on playback, I appreciate you. I hope you've had an awesome week. I hope it's not been too stressful. I hope you've had good weather wherever it is that you live. You'll have to let me know. Get in the chat and let me know whereabouts it is on this lovely little planet that you're listening in from. And are you listening live or are you listening on the feed on the playback crew? So yeah, just let it be known. Got to give a high-end salute to everybody that's joined in on this Friday night, and I hope that I can just kind of supply you with a little bit of maybe madness, a little bit of escape, and maybe 1 or 2 laughs. And I can only promise you now that this is going to be quite the adventure, and the journey has only just begun with this Friday Night Live. Some of the ideas that are coming about and some of the cunning plans that some of the people around me have already forwarded to me is absolutely remarkable. You creative little bunch. That's all I will say. I'm struggling because I'm a blind old man to look at all of these, but hi Mum, I'm on TV. Chris Avery, you were a legend. Thank you for getting in the comments tonight. It's good to see the Cockney Buddha's here. It's great to see that Chill Adventures is here. Yet again, Suspense MC. Hold tight Suspense. I've always wanted to say that on a live show. So hold tight Suspense. Who else have we got in here? Michael White. Mick, you're a legend. Chris Avery. Necrobeam's in as well. And it's lovely to see that basically, 1, the vibe in the chat is heavy. 2, that you can hear me and see me. And hopefully you can also see the chat on the side of the screen, because that is another little mission. But we've got a few minutes until we hit the news. But do you know what? Why do things in a kind of normal manner? Let's go crazy. The news don't need to be at 11 o'clock, really, does it? I'm being told by my producer that it has to be. Why is this? Because we have to work to a schedule, dear boy. I'm the producer. Basically, just for you guys watching now, if this is an awful show tonight and you feel like you want to sack the producer, I'm sorry. Maybe it's something like I haven't had enough coffee. Today, as you will see in tomorrow's vlog, has been absolutely crazy. The work day was very short-lived, but the rest of my day away and at home was absolutely manic. If you see in the vlog that I got some boxes delivered in the week, I finally have enough time in my crazy little life to actually crack them open and get to grips. That's all I'll say. So yeah, tomorrow's vlog, check that out. Seriously, it's a game changer. And then apart from that, I went off and done a little bit of sneaky shopping this week. Let's just say there's a few props for the show been bought, so they're waiting for delivery. And there's a few other little added extras that I've purchased to hopefully just step the game up and give you guys possibly the best form of entertainment that I can supply to you lovely people, just in honour of you showing the support that you do to me. So I appreciate the hell out of that. It's crazy. 15 minutes rundown to a news show. And I was going to go really heavy into the me not being on social media. But I thought that's kind of changing the game up. And as I've said in the past shows, I don't want it to be kind of negative or bummed out. This is all about the positive stake. And the positive from being away from social media has been that it has freed up so much time for me to kind of practice, perfect, and further the craft that is editing, and also now that I can add to it, producing, which never did I ever If we were going to play a game of never did I ever think I was going to be sat in front of you lovely people on a Friday night talking live via a link on the internet. If you'd asked me this 5 years ago now, when I just started the vlog and I wasn't in the best place in the world, my mindset and my attitude was in a very, very different part of my life. And the thought of picking up a camera and talking to it, even though it was pre-recorded, shall I say, absolutely scared the living daylights out of me. So for me to be sat here now and talking direct to a camera that is being broadcast live, you want to know about anxiety? Yeah, but the craziest thing is we overcome it, we pushed forward. And as I was having a conversation with somebody earlier, well, a few people earlier at the same time, and just saying, one of the craziest things that's come from picking up the daily vlog is the fact that it's made me, one, change my mindset, two, go and actually achieve a few things that I never thought I would. But the most predominant and effective part of daily vlogging has been the people that I've got to meet and the people that I would now class as not just being fans or supporters, but good friends. The amount of encouragement and stoke, I will say, that all of you lot have provided to me via the vlogs has now led to this. So if you're here, if you're watching, just remember you are a part of this journey and you're a very important part of this journey. As much as it's taken me to kind of get over my demons, you guys have helped in that massively. So, yeah, again, a Friday night salute to the wonderful people at the other end of this screen right now. So I appreciate the hell out of you guys. I feel like the time is near on. Let's get down here and I think we'll get there before the hour mark. The computer's saying 59. Let's go for it, shall we? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I messed that up, didn't I? Went to the wrong camera. Here we are, and this is the 11 o'clock news with GromTV. So, got my problem cards. The headlines tonight are: surfers have new fears to face. It's pink, it's got bacon, and it's inspired by Barbie. Those chocolates that you got for a gift and never threw away, keep hold of them. How much are they going to be worth? Breaking down the stories this week, I wanted to have a little bit of a giggle and a little bit of fun. I could easily find myself rabbiting on about horrible stuff that's potentially possible, but we're not having it. Which leads me into the first story this week that I discovered, and that is Otter 841. If you haven't seen this story, it's remarkable. If you've seen any of the footage of the great white shark caught, I believe, by a man, Nathan Florence, on a drone, swimming in amongst surfers, it's remarkable. We've all seen the orcas that have been given a lot of yachts, a wee bit of stick in the past few months, and now surfers have to fear the one, the only, Otter number 841. Raised at Monterey Bay Aquarium in California for the past few summers, this little otter has been terrorizing surfers in the Santa Cruz area and has been basically been accused of board jacking. The sea otter has accosted surfers, seized and even damaged surfboards. And the most funniest part of this story is the fact that the CDFW, the Monterey Bay Aquarium, and basically have trained people up to go and capture and handle this otter. And the article itself said they've been deployed. So yeah, a special forces team has been deployed to deal with an otter that is harassing surfers. What a legend. In August, we are going to bear witness to not one, but 2 supermoons. Usually only ever comes along once every 30 days, but this coming month, it is going to be 2 supermoons in 1 month. Epically, you're going to get 1 full sturgeon moon. If you ask nicely, I may provide. On Tuesday the 1st of August, and another full moon on Wednesday the 30th, which is going to be considered a full blue moon. So there you go. Usually only come round once a month. Now you're going to get 2 in 1, and one of them's a blue moon. So go and put on those gambling bets, those lottery tickets. Keep your fingers crossed. Who knows what it might lead to. This story is remarkable. It is a burger inspired by Barbie. So the Burger King chain in Brazil has released a movie themed burger, and it's just gnarly, dude. Why would you want it? I'm not quite sure, but it's a cheeseburger topped with pieces of bacon, comes with a pink vanilla flavored milkshake and a ring donut, sprinkled with pink like sprinkles, and the side is a side of Ken's fries. Seriously, I'm all for healthy eating at the minute, but this pink burger, I'm not gonna lie, get in the comments and let me know, does that look appetizing, or does it just make you want to kind of give up on all sorts of fast food? It's absolutely wonky as hell. I'm not too sure if I'd want to go and order that little bad boy, but hey, I suppose don't knock it till you tried it, right? The last story of tonight is one that is quite unbelievable, but yet I can well believe it. 121 years old, Cadbury's Coronation chocolates are to be sold at auction. The box of sweets was given to a schoolgirl to celebrate the 1902 coronation of King Edward VII and Queen Alexandra, and has remained untouched for more than a century. The chocolates will be auctioned at Hanson's and are expected to fetch in the field of £100 to £150. Can you believe it? So all of those chocolate gifts that you got, and maybe you sent on to others for birthday presents, who knew? Who knew how much that could be worth in, over a century's time? It's madness. Fair play to the young girl that kept hold of them, and she was said to have given into a news article saying they were so special to her that she didn't want to eat them. And I thought that was quite a vibe. So the madness truly is real, guys and girls. That was the 11 o'clock with me, the Grom. Now back to the FNL show. Well, guys and girls, how well did that work? I did miss a little cue, but it ain't no thing but a chicken wing. So, little bit rusty, little bit sketchy around the edges, but who cares? It's a vibe. I hope you enjoyed those stories. I'm going to get down here and have a wee look to see what you guys are saying in the comments real quick. The pink burger though, I just don't know if that's like a good vibe or not. You know, if I'm brutally honest, really. I know that this movie basically grossed absolute mental amounts of money at its first box office weekend, and I know a lot of people are leaving rave reviews about it. But come on, man, you got to give it to Brazil for going the wholehearted hog and providing a Barbie themed burger. Really, it's a little bit bizarre. Pink burger, better than a blue waffle, most definitely, my friend. However, just on an interesting and kind of sidetracked fact, I do believe that a blue waffle is actually an urban myth. I hate to spoil that for you. And also, while on that, let me give you another stupid fact. Are you aware of why in the UK we drive our cars on the side that we do? Get in the comments, let me know. Let me know if you know the answer to that. And then if nobody gives me the answer in the next few moments, I will give you the answer after this next little segment, which basically I want to address the guys and girls that are watching now and the guys and girls that will be watching later. And I want to just ask you a favour. The favour is there a segment, a section, an idea that you would like to voice to me for us to do on a Friday night and work into the show? A friend of mine reached out and he said to me that he would, or he thought it would be an amazing idea if we done a shine a light segment where we shine the light on somebody that is very much well deserving of a little bit of stoke and just recognition for how awesome they are and all of the amazing things that they do, the troubles that they've overcome, or just maybe the simple fact that they are a 100% legend. And I feel like we might even need to get a silly trophy or some sort of award that we can sort of raise on a Friday to a spotlight individual and just sort of give them some recognition and maybe a little bit of awesomeness for their weekends. Big Ben is on the other side of the road. London Bridge or something to do with it, Chris Avery. King Chuck will know. And guys and girls, if you don't know who King Chuck is, don't worry. I am sure he will make an appearance on the show, given some nuts or maybe a little bribe. Because I don't think King Chuck does anything for free these days, but I'm sure we will find out. Also known as Port. Right, so a few of you guys are kind of just come in there and giving it a shot. Scramble Joe, you like that idea? A shine a light segment sounds like it's a winner. I've got to give him a shout out. That was the one and only man that they call Suspense MC that forwarded me that message and just said, dude, this could be a really nice vibe just to kind of like show some love. And I can't agree more. I know we talked about it at work, but my lips are sealed. Well, Necrobeam, on that comment alone, I will give it away. So you can go down the rabbit hole yourself, fact check it, prove me wrong, because the one thing that I do not want to be spreading from this show is misinformation. However, to the best of my knowledge, I am led to believe that we drive on the left-hand side of the road due to the fact that our armed hand, i.e. our right, back in horse and sword days, is the side that we would ride sword out, and almost as much as if you were to watch javelin, or jousting even, sorry. If you were to watch jousting, you will see that they always ride with their joust on the right hand side of them. It's the same scenario as we tend to shake hands with our right hand, because it's just a gesture to say that our hand is not on our sword, so we can't draw it on you, and it's kind of a mutual surrender as much as a mutual welcoming. So there you go, fun facts on a Friday, brought to you by none other than a mad person with stupid hair, which leads me to the next part. It's Friday, baby, and I haven't done it for the last couple of weeks, but I feel like I've found my stride. We're about to ready to let the hair down. It's Friday. So how are you liking the show so far, guys and girls? Are you amused? Are you entertained? Don't worry, there is going to be some stupid segments that I'm going to throw into this as well. I hope you like whacked out stuff and kind of far out there, but you'll have to tune in next week for that. Make sure you got a full coffee pot, maybe even with an added extra, because dude, how whacked out can we get? That is the question. Let's have a little look on the comments, but let's show you lovely people what's going on in the comment box. So it seems like you're all getting along rather well and having a whale of a time in it. So that is a vibe. Chris Avery is absolute legend. And if you guys don't know who he is the gentleman. If you have watched my vlog where we went airsofting last, that is the young man that goes by the alias, or the alias that I given him and a few other people, of Little Chris, but spelled L-I-L. Little Chris. Yeah! So yeah, he's an absolute legend. Right, so I'm going to say we're going to move on. Moving on with my cue cards. We are going to go to a segment that I'm going to bring in after that first week of saying about my official, unofficial sponsor, which that week was the man, the myth, the legend, the really awesome coffee guy. This week's unofficial sponsor is an awesome company and an awesome individual. But I would like to introduce to you the man they know as Steggy. How awesome is this Stegosaurus, dude? That probably clipped out on my mic, but seriously? Yeah, dude. Now, the lady that sent me this is based in the US of A, over the other side of the pond. We're going to leave Steggy here. He's going to join in on this next segment. By the company name of Nikki's Fleecy Friends. And I'm going to put a link in the description below for this company. You can find her on Instagram. You can find her on Etsy. And let me just see. It's spelled NIKKISFLEECEFRIENDS. Nikki's Fleecy Friends. And I would like to say she is a very small but awesome company that was willing to de-stuff one of these and send it all the way to the lovely shores of the UK. And dude, this thing is just absolutely amazing. She makes like plushes and stuff, and it's remarkably well put together. She did also, and I should have brought him down, make me a customized, a little custom pineapple, which there is only one of, and he's an absolute legend. But this guy has got some 100% awesome character to him. I would highly recommend any of you guys and girls go and check this store out. Go and check Nikki out, because she's an amazing person who is just putting so much time and effort into starting up this little small business, which I hope, as much as the dinosaurs ruled the world once upon a time, dude, I hope Nikki's Fleecy Friends do as well. And go show some love. If you're on Instagram, go smash her up and just show some love. Tell her that the Grom sent you, and that, yeah, dude, come on, man. Yeah, and he's a legend. He makes a really nice pillow, but yeah, nevertheless. So that was our little section, which I like to call official, unofficial sponsor. So going on into weeks ahead, if you want to be or would like to be featured as an unofficial sponsor, get hold of me. There is pretty much only one way you can get hold of me these days, and that is via the comment section on the videos, or you can go and find the 30-Year-Old Grom on Facebook. Go and check those out. Hit me up, and yeah, let's get an official, unofficial sponsor. It would be a vibe. So I see the comments are kind of just flying on through. Very nice. There's some legends in the group. There always is, man. And I appreciate the hell out of you guys. There was something that I meant to touch on last week, but I didn't, because obviously it all went a little bit Pete Tong, to say the least. We managed to pull it back around. But the one thing that I forgot to mention, which was something that I set up as a little bit of a laugh and a little bit of a joke, and I was going to wait and mention it on the Friday Night Live, and then everything went a little bit berserk and a little bit crazy, and it completely slipped my mind. However, if you are a viewer of the vlog and you ever have a look in the description, I never used to post a great deal in there apart from a description for the video in question. Now, last week I had a funny conversation with a friend, and it's been an idea that's been battered around for a little while. And it was the case of, I have always planned to get across the pond to the USA. And there are many people, and it is growing by the day, that I wish to visit, at least spend some time with, and see what their lives are like, catch a vibe, and hopefully catch some waves. Now, in the conversation had with a friend, it came to my mind that I should start a GoFundMe page. And the GoFundMe page is called the GromUSA Tour. Now, I'm not going to put a link in it for this live, but there is links in the vlogs, and the limit is set at a ridiculously high number. If I'm brutally honest, it's something I absolutely hate doing. I don't like asking for money. I would much prefer to supply the stoke instead of kind of asking for or expecting anything in return. However, I will go to the US of A regardless of this GoFundMe. But if you were or want to, willing to put into the pot, it would only make the adventure happen sooner. It's something I've planned for a very long time, and there's been a few people that I've discussed this with in relation to how we can keep it to such a very low but also well-travelled adventure. And again, it's just this little community that is kind of making that even more of a want, because I just think, one, the vlogs would be absolutely incredible. The individuals that you would get to see via my vlogs would blow your minds, and the fun that we could have along the way would be monumental. Plus, obviously, if all goes well and if the madness that I believe to be real is truly real, how awesome would it be to have some Friday night lives broadcast from the other side of the pond? How crazy would that be? So, yes, I have started a GoFundMe page. It is the GromUSA Tour. The plan is to hit a very limited, but yet as many as possible states in probably around a 6-week period. The idea is to go east to west. There's a few people that I need to see off the beaten track. And again, I only imagine that there's probably a few people that I've already discussed it with that know that this is in the pipeline. And let's just say this, it's not a case of how, it's more of a case of when. So yeah, I hope that kind of gets you guys as stoked and as buzzing off the idea as it has me. I think it would just be monumental. And as always, and in true Grom fashion, there are a few things that I would like to keep up my sleeve, just so that you get a little bit of excitement back when you see the pièce de résistance, or maybe the little je ne sais quoi that would just bring a little bit more stoke to the madness of the Grom in the USA. Can you imagine it? Do you reckon I'd stay there? Do you reckon I'd get deported, locked up, or never be seen again? These are all the questions you'd have to ask before you submit any money to that GoFundMe. So yeah, but hey man, what a trip. So guys and girls, what else have I got in store for you? Now, I've been talking with a few of the crazy little people that surround me that are absolute geniuses in what they do. And in the coming weeks, I want to have those people on the show. So I've already worked in the background in making the screens and stuff that are going to make this a little bit more plush and a little bit more saucy around the edges. However, I still have to venture into the joyful world of, i.e. VDO Ninja, Skype or Zoom. And I do know that there's a few individuals that actually want to come and star on a Friday Night Live and here. Because I can tell you one thing, having a co-host or just another mad person from the community sat here so we can talk some shit, drink some coffee and chill out on a Friday, that would be a blast. And there has been discussions that maybe if this becomes a seasonal run, and that I have a season finale or a little break from the lives, that we may even, and this is a big may even attempt to hold a live music to close out the show. So yeah, there has been some random talks, and I would like to almost push the idea into the universe that there are 1 or 2 people that I know we can have some serious music from, and then there is 1 or 2 people, specifically the man, the Jesus, God damn it, this is going to be crazy if we pull it off, and that would be get a band that's very little known by most people in the normal universe, but the band is called Rusty Bullet Hole. Now, if we can pull that off and get them here live on a Friday night with the Grom on GromTV, seriously, it will just blow your minds, man. It will be epic. So yeah, there is lots of promise in these shows coming forwards. Guys, girls, I absolutely appreciate the hell out of you guys blowing up the chats tonight. It's been absolutely madness. If you want to go one further and you don't already like and subscribe to this madness that is the 30-year-old Grom channel, please hit the subscribe, hit the likes. As I said before, get into the comments. Let me know where you're from. Let me know where you're at. What did you enjoy? Was it good? Are you excited? Are you excited for the next show? Because these are all the big questions. So, what did you like? Let me know in the comments below. Guys, girls, I'm going to not keep you any longer because it is Friday night and I'm going to let you lovely people go with this awesome message. Don't ever feel like failing is a bad thing. The only real bad thing you can ever do is give up. So as long as you're willing to commit, push as hard as you can, and no matter how little or large those dreams to you feel, or the perception of other people on the dreams that you have, don't ever let it stop you. Be you, carve your own path, and may the universe shine upon you and you succeed in the dreams you have. Because one thing about this life is, yes, people stipulate it's very short, but the sad thing is we never know how short it will be. So you never know when the last time will be the last time. And I don't want that to be a solemn thought for the end of the show. I want that to be a real thought. So where this video signs off and you go about your day, your evening, your morning or your afternoon, that you are fully aware of the moment and you are ready and you're just going to get out there, get some coffee, get hyped, get after it. Because if you can motivate yourself in this world to just be the very best person that you can be and the very best individual that you can be for this wonderful little thing that we call the human race, we will all win. So on that note, guys and girls, it's been fantastic. We nearly got to the half-hour mark. I hope you enjoyed. Have a fantastic evening. Stay safe, stay focused, stay positive, and I will see you next week, same time, same place, 10:45 p.m. GMT, YouTube, 30-year-old Grom. Friday Night Live, baby.